Welcome back to BSing with White Eagle Y. And we have a returning guest as DuhZeez. He's got a little information to put out there for us. And I have a few things myself. So we'll go ahead and let you start.
Oh, well, I was going to bring up I'm sure everybody knows by now the USAID stuff is going public, and the usual suspects are going nuts, claiming racism and whatnot. But what's interesting is just some of the small things they contributed to, which was to this one lady named Anita Sarkeesian, who runs, she's a huge feminist, and she's the one trying to push more women in games and all that kind of stuff. Which, I mean, it's fine. If you want women in your game, that's fine, but you shouldn't have an outside source trying to force you to do so. And she was very aggressive, basically one of the DEI, you better do DEI stuff or I'll get you in trouble with, higher up people. And obviously through this, we realized she did know some higher up people because she was getting funded. So, it was a tweet. I can't find a news article because they're all being funded by USAID, so they're not going to say. So I found it on Twitter, but he shows the receipts where they were given, where she was given through, because she has a, I don't know if it's just a website, but I know it's a YouTube channel called Feminist Frequency. And it shows where she was given $235,000 by USAID. But then there's another one where it says the prior year she was given $539,000. So it looks like she was getting like $500,000 a year.
Now, I wish somebody give
Dude,
me
where's my money? I know. I'll promote the vagina. You just give me the money. Where's my freaking money? I'm all about the vaginas.
Dude, I'll promote the fleshlight. You give me $500,000 a year. I don't care. I'll twirl it around, turn it on, show it to you. I'm not going to show you demonstrate usage or anything, but I'll sure as hell.
There's no money, you will.
Probably, but we'll have to zoom in because
I was just going to show you. This is one of the things where they contributed 539 the prior year, and then current year was this much. So, the next one shows this is her charity, right there, Feminist Frequency. This is the EIN number, and this was 2023. So the year before 2023, she got $500,000. It looks like.
Well, I mean, this looks $1 million. Quarter of $1 million following.
I guess she wasn't doing too good in 2023. They didn't give her $500,000 that year.
She probably lost some supporters because there were some changes.
Oh yeah. Then this is the guy, John Del Eros, who kind of broke part of the story. And this is where I got the two things from. And I downloaded the other thing was Elon Musk talking about them discovering FEMA sent $59 million to luxury hotels in New York to house illegal immigrants. So you talk about that too later on. But it falls in line with all this, them using taxpayer money in all these crazy ways, and then saying, oh, we don't have enough money for the poor people who got hit by a hurricane or the people in Hawaii whose houses burned down. Oh, we don't have enough money for that, but we got enough to fund, Anita Sarkeesian and all these illegals and stuff. It's the same thing, same BS, different day, because they were funding, Ukraine, billions and billions here, and then, oh, well, we need to build a wall. Oh, it's going to take $20 billion. We don't have that much. How people fall for this, I don't know, man. You can. I'll stop the thing.
I'm trying to find. Look, some of these guys, dude, I gotta hand it to them. They must have a lot of time on their hands. Okay, you said Elon Musk, but I don't know if you've seen the AI generated video of Trump and Elon, and they use I came in like a wrecking ball sound. Like, I'm trying to find this video for you, and I know YouTube is probably gonna, YouTube will probably kick it, you know what I'm saying? But
Oh, they don't like anything pro-Trump still?
Well, they'll probably ding it for like copyright music or some
Oh,
BS,
because he
but
uses the actual Wrecking
it
Ball
uses
song.
the actual song, which it's
Well,
all
I
over
can
the
sing
internet.
it.
It's all over Facebook, internet, everything. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, but those
Yeah,
sites don't have the egregious AI that
it's
YouTube has.
hilarious.
You can
I
freaking
mean,
hum something and YouTube goes stupid. You want me to sing it? You can just
uh,
leave the volume now. I'll sing it. I can't like a wrecking ball.
oh my god! I want to show the video at least, but it's
Mm-hmm.
probably gonna get me. You know,
Probably.
because Google, YouTube has no sense of humor anymore.
Yeah, and they don't know what fair use is anymore either.
I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll send it to you and I'll let you watch it over there. And then you tell me
On
what
what?
you think.
On
I'm
Discord?
sending it to your phone right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got to
Let
turn
me
the
see
volume
this
down a little
here.
bit, but I'm telling you, I got to give props to whoever created that video because that was pretty good.
That
Yeah,
AI is getting ridiculous.
dude, I'm telling you, they put Elon's
Mhm.
face on there, Trump's face on there. It's getting crazy. I wish I could show the audience, you know, that
They
video.
probably already seen it by now.
Oh, I'm sure.
Mhm.
So I'll just go ahead and tell you what the name is. That way, if you want to look it up, so be it. It's called "The Internet is Undefeated." Look it up. And the caption is "The Internet remains undefeated." And I guess it's a blogger, plant-based omnivore. Y'all can look her up, or him, she, whoever. But hilarious video.
Yeah,
Anyway,
you see that one of before Trump got um installed as dictator. Uh he they had a him in the AI video at like working McDonald's. It was so funny. Like I'm not I hate AI stuff really, but sometimes, you
it's
can't
hilarious.
do video. Yeah, some of that you can't do without AI, so that's fine, but what I can't stand is people who like their whole profile is nothing but AI crap, or especially people who try and promote AI stuff as true. Hate that. It's
Yeah.
disgusting to me. But an AI video every now and then is fine. But speaking of AI, have you noticed I don't know about you have noticed, but I know a lot of people who are older, especially on Facebook, they love those
AI
stupid AI
filters.
videos. No, it's not
Uh,
the videos that are like these cute kittens or whatever, and bears and stuff doing stuff. So you know it's not real, but they love them. And I'm like, stop watching that stuff because you're just promoting more of it. You're giving them
uh,
money with the watches, like so. It's going to get worse and worse.
I wish somebody would promote me, man. Y'all need to start watching some videos. I mean,
Do
if you want to see something else or add something to the show, put it in the comments. We'll try to work it in, but just keep it, PG
PG
13, maybe rated R, and so don't go too
unless you
far.
got enough money. You
Yeah,
got
you got
money,
enough
then
money, and then
whatever.
we'll see where we go with it. But
USAID,
yeah,
call me.
nah, but anyway, did you see the? Oh, Russia seems to be getting ahead of us. With the
Yeah,
new plasma engine that they created in their lab.
it'd probably be somebody discredit and say it's not real or something.
Hey
You
man,
know.
they have the pictures. They wrote the paper. I mean, how much more do you need? You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm not saying they
yes,
didn't do it. It's just U.S. people are always like, "Oh, Russia, they don't know how to do this or that, and they don't
oh yeah. They try
understand
to.
that."
They think that Russia is not ahead of their time, but Russia's, actually, you know, what? How can I say it? The U.S. filters what we know about other countries, but
yeah, because they want to make themselves look the best because it's the best and greatest country ever.
Yeah, we're not free like most people think we are.
No, but also there is some advantages to communism. Like I'm not saying it's better by no means. I'm just saying there are certain advantages that communism gives to China and Russia to where they can cherry pick individuals who have insane amounts of talent and pull them, and train them specifically for things. That's why their scientists and their technology oriented people are so good, is because they are handpicked by the government usually if they show interest in those fields and they are have very high aptitude for. Whereas the U.S. is like, we don't give a crap what your aptitude is. You need money in order to go to college to do what you want to do because it's what you want to do. So they don't promote, anyone who is, you could have an IQ of 200. It doesn't matter in this country as long if you don't have the money to go to college. I know they have scholarships and stuff, but you have to work your butt off for that stuff. Whereas if you
then pay a buttload of uselessness, you know what I'm saying? Colleges, I mean, universities should be, I don't know. I think universities need to be reprimanded of the amount they charge students for knowledge. That's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Especially when we're in such a need. We need doctors like crazy. They're always saying, "Oh, we need more people in the STEM field." Well, you're catering to only people who can afford it. If you give more incentive, what really pisses me off is when I was going to school and wanted to go to college. I was an American citizen. I'm white. They wouldn't pay jack for me. But I saw all these Indians who weren't a U.S. citizen from from India and other countries were getting a free pass to go to college for whatever. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, they are smarter. They have the aptitude. Well, no, I had very high test scores. I had a 3.6, I think 3.4 to 3.6 grade point average and never did my homework. Not once. And my average was that high. So I could beat most of them. In fact, I had an Indian in my math class and on algebra, and I beat him in test scores. So it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with, are you from the U.S. or not? Oh, if you are, well, go screw yourself. And they wonder why, oh, you citizens are so dumb. Well, you haven't trained us. You didn't pay for our way. You paid for all these Indians' way and all these other people who wanted to go instead of your own citizens.
Oh, yeah. Well, not to get off, to get back on topic, I did want to, that plasma engine.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I got off topic there.
It says, I'm going to go ahead and post it, let y'all look at it.
Yeah, while you're doing that, I was going to say, too, that Russia also, if you do your research about, like, the Moab, the U.S. had the Moab. Yeah. Well, Russia, shortly after the Moab, came out with the FOAB, which was double the strength of the Moab. So they're no slouches when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yep.
30 days? Good grief.
Yeah, this was posted like 2 days ago. Could reach Mars in 30 days. All right, so the one thing that got me, so the traditional power unit's maximum velocity of matter flow is about 4.5 kilometers per second. So that's fuel combustion, all right? So when we go down and it shows the speed, I might have missed it.
I think you went past it. Right there.
Okay, here we go.
100 kilometers.
So under this, the hydrogen is used as fuel, and the engine accelerates charged particles, electrons and protons, to a speed of 100 kilometers per second, which is 62 miles per second. That's pretty dang fast.
Yeah.
Right?
It looks like it works like a microwave. If you know how microwaves work, it looks like it's using hydrogen, some type of microwave, to accelerate the hydrogen particle. Well, that's just my guess.
Like we talked about on previous, episodes, the biggest hurdle for the rocket is leaving the Earth's atmosphere. That's one of your biggest hurdles. Once you get into orbit, zero gravity, fuel consumption becomes lower, So I have to get, Russia seems to be on the ball. Now, America probably has something like this or better. They're just not going to tell us. They like to be secretive.
As far as I know, they've had ion propulsion for a while, or at least the sketches, mock-ups for it. But it's not nearly as powerful of thrust. It's more for like long range, just sustained. Because once you get up to speed, I think we talked about that last time. Once you get up to speed, you don't need as much energy to sustain that speed.
Yeah.
So that's what the ions were for. But you couldn't blast off from Earth with an ion by itself because it wasn't that much power. But it was very low consumption rates for the fuel to weight ratio. But yeah, that's really interesting. I wonder if they started working on that because of Elon, like competition wise. The next space race is to get to Mars versus the moon type of thing.
Yeah, there's no telling. But like we talked about before, they're going to have to create like another space station or build some kind of docking station midway. Unless you're traveling at that speed and can be there in a month, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but a month in space is still a long time, though. You lose a lot of mass, bone density within just a few weeks. So
well, heck yeah, I mean,
it's fast.
You might as well ask what is it? The astronauts. Yeah, I don't know if you've heard about the astronauts up there.
Yeah, he was telling me there's a couple astronauts up there.
Yeah, so they had an 8 to 10 day trip. It was only supposed to be 8 to 10 days. And now we're looking in the 6 months, half a year
That's
in space.
That's a long time to be in space.
Yeah. So I'll put up another thing for you. And because I was looking at this, so there's 2 videos I'll show.
Yeah, they're going to have to go through severe, probably physical therapy after that.
President Trump is asking Elon Musk for a favor. The
president that guy looks AI generated. He don't look real.
He does, don't he?
Retrieving the NASA astronauts that have been stuck in space since June. Astronauts Tony Williams and Butch Wilmore traveled to the International Space
Which
Station
one's Butch?
as part of the Boeing Starliner mission, but they experienced technical issues like.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that.
The trip was to 10 days. Now it's lasted over half a year. Trump posted this on Truth. I have just asked Elon Musk and SpaceX to go get the 2 brave astronauts who have been virtually abandoned in space by the Biden administration. He went on to say that they have been waiting for many months on the space station. Elon will soon be on his way. Hopefully, all will be safe. And he ended that message with, "Good luck, Elon." NASA says that they expect to send a 4-person
Man,
are they the only 2 up there?
Yeah, that's what it says. Yeah, so man,
they must get along.
Long time, dude. Long time.
Yeah.
And
especially with old Butch there.
Okay, so I tried to find this. So I watched this other video, and the reason I'm going to play it is because after Trump, asked Elon to go help these astronauts, saying that they were stranded up there. Somebody's boss must have had to have the astronauts say something, okay? Because it went from their waiting transport out of there to stranded out of there, and then now they're not stranded. So, there's so many controversial, topics and talks about this. It irritates the hell out of me. So
yeah,
this
they're
one,
muddying the waters. You know, like CNN and MSNBC, although they love to do that. Just tell the truth, man. That's what I wish they get back to. I guess they never did tell the whole truth anyway.
So this is a video where they're interviewing the astronaut. This is after.
2 astronauts stuck at the International Space Station may soon be making their way home. Sources tell CBS News NASA is finalizing.
Looks like she said Beetlejuice too many times.
Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams back to Earth on a SpaceX Dragon as soon as mid-March. The pair initially set out on an 8-day mission back in June, but problems with the Boeing Starliner spacecraft prevented their timely return. In a new interview, Williams talked to CBS Evening News anchor John Dickerson about her extended stay.
Like where we are right now, you come and look out the window and just go, wow, I got to pinch myself to be able to have this view, to be able to share this view. I mean, I think one of the things I was regretting from a short duration mission was it's hard to share the whole thing with people, and on a long duration mission,
speaking of people, there was 8 of us, but well, we got hungry.
So I think that's in the back of my head. Hey,
You know,
it's an opportunity.
They're gonna have so much
let's do it.
problems when they make it back
And while
into
she
gravity.
has that view, Williams says she
there
does
was
see
more
this
of them.
good
They
luck
ate all
day
the
and is
rest of
looking
them.
forward to some
Yeah,
earthly
what the heck?
delights,
Yeah,
like
that's
petting
what
her
I said. They're
dogs
gonna have
and
to have
jumping into the
a
ocean.
lot of physical therapy.
Go. We had an ad. Of course, we get an ad.
Yeah, you start losing a lot staying up there over a month. I forget how long. I think it's only like a week or so you start to lose stuff, lose your bone density and all that.
Anyway, one of the videos that, I get no money from these companies, but CBS had a video out where somebody done an interview with the astronauts, and they're like, oh no, by no means are we stranded. We have plenty of food. We have clothes, stuff like that. And this was after, Trump's, message on social media. Okay. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if they're not stranded and they seem happy, why not leave them for a little longer,
Isn't that the same people that were up there and they had to send them more food and stuff and clothes? I thought that was the same people.
That might be. I mean, they've been there for 6 months, dude. I thought
They may be opening a baby
heard
gap or something up there.
I did think I hear they did send a flight up there, I thought.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they sent one with clothes and food because they were stuck.
Get tongue twisted, old country accent. Anyway, yeah, man, it's crazy that the guy messages one little thing, to his followers. Like, none of y'all, most of y'all tell people what you ate for breakfast. This guy is telling people about astronauts that, he's proud of getting Elon Musk to help you out. You know what I'm saying? And now you have to get the astronaut to speak up. Like some of you people, I don't get you, not one bit.
Yeah, it should be something simple and non like getting the astronauts. That has nothing to do with politics, but because he's involved, they want to make it political, and that kind of stuff just irks the crap out of me. Like he's trying to do something good, and he must have an ulterior motive. Let's talk to the astronauts and find out,
Or whoever their boss is, which probably NASA, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's DEI.
Hey, we need you to, you're going to be in an interview. We need you to say that you are not been abandoned up there. You have plenty of food now. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
And also promote the new shot from Pfizer, too. If you can just stick that in there somewhere while you're interviewing, that would be great. We're losing shots left and right. People aren't taking them. That's why I just said they make everything political. It's like, this is not political. go up and get the astronauts. Yay, everyone should cheer. We're going to get the astronauts. But no, these people have such a rage boner for him that they can't stop, thinking everything he does is evil for some reason. He's racist for saying the virus came from China. Oh, he's this and this and that. Now, I remember during his first presidency, during his first presidency, he went to a church, and I remember the media reporting that he kicked people out to take photos or whatever, and I was like, well, maybe for security reasons they may have kicked them people out so he could take a few photos. It's understandable. I was like, I could understand that happening, but even that was a freaking lie. He never did it. And I'm like, that is the point. I was just like, I don't believe a dang thing they say especially about him, but anything anymore.
They say one of the worst things about war is having news media coverage. That is one of the worst things that you could have. Not only do you give away information that should not be given to your enemies that are watching the news, but you also have this line where they can cross it and tell you all kinds of BS that could be true or may not be true. So it's hard to believe what you watch anymore on any news media. Like, you have Americans doubting everything.
Yeah, they're tired of being lied to. Eventually you see through the lie. I think there's a gut feeling people get to when they're being lied to. Yeah. And they kind of know it. And most people outright reject it, like, that doesn't sound right or something. So I understand that, the reason they propagandize the war, especially ones that they're in, is to get more people, involved in it. But our news media is all owned by like the same people. And most of them are not even U.S. citizens. And I don't understand why that's even allowed.
It's probably owned by corporations, man. Corporations with deep pockets. They want
all those pockets are on some person. And when those people are the same people, that's a problem. And like I was telling you before, it doesn't matter if all those people are Italian. It doesn't matter if all those people are French. If they're all one group of people and they all speak the same and do the same things, then that's a problem, because they don't speak for the American people and they're able to propagandize the American people. That's why it was a law for a long time to not allow propaganda from other nations into this country. But then they did, I forget, was it Smith-Mund or something? They reversed it or some crap. And so now, you get propaganda, but they don't want, notice the propaganda only goes one way. But when you go on social media, you'll see it from both sides, which I think is a good thing in a way and a bad thing in another.
So, a little off topic, but you ever wonder why, like, you watch some of these videos, you never see any videos reach any other country. I was thinking about that, scrolling through some videos earlier, and if you look at the comments, which, they say never look at your comments, but anyway, you go through the comments of different things, and you never see anyone from Europe, like South America. I mean, our videos seem to be staying within the United States. I've never seen anyone foreign jump in on our stuff.
Yeah, a lot of those countries, they have to have a VPN or some back door to be able to even see the stuff from over here.
Yeah, but like Germany, man. Germany doesn't have to have VPN. They can watch whatever they want to watch.
Yeah, they're part of the European Union, though. And the European Union already, didn't they get into it with like Rumble? Because Rumble wouldn't cater to
maybe
banning certain people and stuff.
Isolate their IP addresses and maintain them in their own countries.
Most countries have their own like social media, but they don't want ideas.
For example, TikTok. Okay, TikTok's all over the world, but the U.S. region is here. European region's over here. You never see any of those. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I can understand.
Probably segregated by IP.
Our language.
locations.
Maybe because they don't speak the same language or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But
I think it could be advertising too, because a lot of times they do ads on it, and if you're advertising something that's not even available in that country, I mean, what's the point in advertising it? So
yeah,
it's kind of targeted toward the people of that country. So I could see that probably being the main reason why,
yeah,
because it all has to do with money.
Well, have you seen Google finally changed the Gulf of Mexico in Google Maps?
He's still
But
women.
I want to show you something though.
Unless you switch your VPN to any other country, then it's a little different.
Or
they
if
think
you
they can
bring
get
up
away
your
with that too.
if you have your cell phone, open Google Maps, zoom out, you'll see Gulf of America. Zoom out further, and you'll see Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, it changes, but we'll go ahead and...
They could have just split the difference and made it Mexico. Gulf of Mexico, but it's hard to say.
This is what you'll see on Google Maps today if you're in the US. The Gulf of Mexico has been renamed to the Gulf of America. It's a body of water between the US, Mexico, and Cuba. The name change comes after President Donald Trump announced this on his first day in office.
We are going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
He then signed this order, which made it official. It meant that the name of the Gulf had to be changed on official US government documents. But Trump's order doesn't force other countries or companies to do the same. So why did Google make the change? In a statement following the order, Google said they have a long-standing practice of applying name changes when they have been updated in official government sources. They added, when official names vary between countries, map users see their official local name. Everyone in the rest of the world sees both names. So if you're in Mexico, you'll see it. If you're in the UK or any other parts of the world, then you'll see this. Mexico's president, Claudia Sheinbaum, previously asked Google not to rename the Gulf. She said, for us, it is still the Gulf of Mexico. And for the entire world, it is still the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, I heard she's Jewish. I don't know how true that is.
I believe she shouldn't have no say in the matter, to tell you the truth. Until she gets her crap together and starts helping with the border crisis, which she was obligated in doing so because it's either that or she was going to pay some tariffs. She tried to bluff.
I still think they should pay tariffs because they allowed all these millions through.
She tried to bluff the president, and it got crushed. Okay, she tried to bluff him. She lost, and now she had to send soldiers to the border to help with this border issue. You know, but I still think, you know, yeah, I agree with you. Like any outside country should pay some kind of tariff or increase in tariff because, you know, we've been handing money to all kinds of people, our money, our tax money.
But with Mexico, they've allowed people to cross through their country to get into ours and done nothing to them. Knowing what it would do to our country. So to me, yeah, you should get your butt handed to you as far as tariffs until you help get rid of all of them.
Actually, I would consider them a terrorist myself. Mexico, if they allowed this along with Venezuela, you're considered a terrorist. You know, you are trying.
I told you what I would do if I was president.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I'm not getting out. Be a war between us and Mexico. I'd be like, nope, your country's ours now. And all of you are going further south.
It wouldn't be much of a war. There's
no.
I mean, and then Canada thinking they're going to step up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I didn't realize how much it was. They have illegal crossings on the northern border too. Like it's bad not because of the amount of people, because I don't think it's as much, but it's bad because of the quality of the people, I should say, that are being allowed there in the northern. And people don't realize that. It's actually pretty bad. I'm not
going to lie. Like say, nobody wants to go to Mexico except for some tourists, okay? But let's just say Mexico had a border up. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, it's open to everybody. Oh, well, you know what? We've been paying a lot of taxpayer money in the prisons. Dump our prisons. Send them down south. Let's give them a bus ride to the border and give them a new life over there. And if they come back, they will, I don't know, they'll go back to prison or worse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, why would another country dump their prisons in the United States? I mean, that would be the most logical thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I don't blame them for doing it, but I understand them doing it because that's a huge drain on their economy, all the inmates.
Yeah.
But it's total BS that they did it. Like, shoot, if it was me, I would dump all our prisoners on them. Say, hey, you did it to us. Take care of it.
Yep.
You know, and just try and send them back this way. See what happens.
Good luck.
That's what I would do if I was the U.S. Screw it. Send all of our inmates over.
Drop you off in Venezuela. Yeah, you'll have to make it. No.
Yep. Have fun in the jungle.
Tell you the truth, I would tell you the truth. All honesty, I probably wouldn't give them away. I'd probably create my own little army with my prisoners. You know what I'm saying? Like, say if I wanted another country, I'm going to be like, hey, guys, you want to be free? I want Venezuela. So how free do you want to be? Because I need soldiers.
You know, say that wasn't the deal when they sent their inmates here. We don't know.
I mean, you don't know. I mean, they're taking over they were taking over parts of Colorado. You know?
Yep. So they may have gotten a little paper that said, hey, you go do this in America and when you'll get your freedom. You know, we don't know. And as far as weapons, like, they can get weapons here, so it doesn't matter if they don't have weapons on them when they cross the border, even though they have caught many with weapons. That's an invasion force.
You know how many inmates that would be ready to jump on that bandwagon? Like, within the United States. Say we went to war with someone, right? And if I had the option, like, say if I was in prison and I had an option to be like, serve my country and be a free man, or just stay in prison. You know what? I'm going to go be a free man. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Our prisons are pretty cushy.
Oh, I know. Like, they're fed, they got health care. You know,
like, if it was a gulag like Russia, then maybe, I'll go fight for you. I would rather that than be in that gulag.
Yeah. But ours is like cushy. Starved.
A lot of prisons get decent food in them, too.
Well, you know what's crazy is some inmates over here in the United States, they get out, they're like, oh, I got to work. Hell no, I'm going back to prison.
Yep.
I got free food, free bed.
It's hard for them to find work, too, though, as well.
Yeah, nobody wants to hire them.
Record.
I know. I've met a few people like that.
Yeah,
you know, it's sad.
It's kind of sad, man.
I mean, if I had a company, I would hire them, but I don't have a company, so maybe one day.
I wouldn't let them handle the money, but, they can do stuff.
I would definitely let them handle my security. You just can't go around them. They might shank you or something.
Yeah. They bring their one from the prison with them.
Yeah. Better watch it. He's got his toothbrush on him. Don't get too close.
Yeah, one of them toothbrush pistols, the one you ever seen them? Where they build a gun out of like toothbrushes and stuff. I don't know how true that is, but I've seen like on TV, they showed them where they build these like guns and it's like a slingshot that hits a bullet. It's like uses a rock or something that hits the bullet and the bullet. I think it's only like single shot, but
most times that's all you need. So, depending on what your agenda is.
It looks like it would hurt shooting that thing, though. Make a silencer out of toilet paper.
Yeah, our prisons are probably, most of our prisons are laxed. So,
especially the ones that have any any people who are like, how do I put that? Who have connections, I should say. They get put in really cushy ones.
Yeah. Speaking of prisons, did you see one of the states, their execution is using nitrogen?
Well, that Louisiana was saying something about that?
No, I think it's Alabama.
Or they were going to use it?
I have to look it up. But
I
was reading something on it, and it said one of the inmates, it took almost a half hour. He was seasoned. I mean,
from the nitrogen stuff?
Yeah. All they do is they put a mask on you and
it just displaces the
nitrogen
oxygen.
Yeah. But they said this one inmate was seizing and convulsing for like half hour on a stretcher.
Oh, well, that's it. Don't they knock him out first?
They
knock him out and then put the mask on, and they just like die in their sleep.
Not from what they said they do. It says that oh no, dang. Okay, so an hour ago, Louisiana resumes executions after 15 years, issues first protocol for nitrogen hypoxia.
Yeah, I thought I saw something more.
Hey. Wow, they're following
I'd give
in the
them lead
footsteps.
hypoxia if it was me.
Yeah, it was Alabama. There's
They should just use lead. Lead hypoxia is so much quicker. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Line up.
It's insanely fast. Yeah, you could save money too if you get enough heads in a row. The bullet's sharp enough and the head's in enough row, you save a lot of money.
Yeah, it was Alabama.
Yeah, I knew Louisiana said something about using it, though. I didn't know if they had approved it or not. Texas just takes you out back.
Texas still hangs a man.
Good.
If he's a cattle rustler.
They should. They should never got rid of hanging and beheading because it stops people from doing it.
The bad thing is if you're actually, innocent? Put in there and you're innocent. That's the bad thing because you have so many crooked cops these days. And the reason why is because our police force is not paid what they should be paid. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to risk their life every day for pay that's probably like a high schooler in McDonald's starting their first job making $30,000 a year when it takes you a single man at least in this economy probably $80,000 to survive a year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Of
just
course
a few
the
years
cop's
ago,
going to be dirty.
$50,000 was a lot of money.
Yeah, it's just insane.
Yeah. If only there was some type of aid that the U.S. had to help these cops.
Oh, yeah. How about, stop giving our money away to other countries and our teachers and our police and our fire departments, our, mental institutions for, helping soldiers come back from war. That's the thing, man. You can train a soldier for weeks, years, whatever. You put all that money in them. They go do what they're supposed to do. They come back. You don't do anything but you'll have a little interview with them. But they're not going to tell you the truth. Why would they? They're going to tell you what you want to hear because once they're stamped crazy, they're looked at differently, That's what they feel.
Mm-hmm.
So why would they tell you anything? What you need.
The U.S. just throws them away.
Yeah, what you need is a program to help these guys come back into society, even if it's a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, say, okay, I see you're getting out of the military, so these are our career paths leaving the military, and they're just for soldiers And what we're gonna do is, if you've ever seen combat, you're gonna have like appointments and stuff like that. We're gonna have to try to help you, get back to society, because somebody's got PTSD. Somebody's not going to be able to sleep at night. Nightmares, stuff like that. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
There have to be programs put in place, because you can't just drop these guys off and they're living war every day. It'd be like watching Rambo. You know what I'm saying? The guy gets back from Vietnam, and the cops are after him because of one little thing,
Yeah, well, that's because you got all these politicians and these lawmakers who've never seen action. They don't know what it's like for them dudes, and they don't care. But it's been that way. I mean, even like the Vietnam War, the Vietnam vets were treated like crap. I mean, they went and did their job. So what if you supposedly lost? They still, tried to sacrifice their lives basically for the country. They should be treated no different. And they don't do jack. They use them and they throw them away. That's not how you should. That's why nobody wants to go in the military. For how many years now they've seen people go in, they come out messed up, and they're not taken care of. It doesn't help your recruitment when you do that.
Well, it's always something, man. We got too greedy of politicians these days. Well, and most of the politicians that we have in office, tell you the truth, need to be under the prison. They're only out for their own agenda, which is sickening.
What's really sickening too is that the USAID thing is really sickening, because that's just the tip of the iceberg. Like, that's just the first thing they've looked at. Can you imagine what they're going to find when they start looking at all these other things and all this money that's been funneled out of the country, back into the country, and in people's pockets that they shouldn't have it? Like I said, follow the money. That's all you got to do. Follow the money. And when you find people who have the money that they basically embezzled, taxpayer money embezzled, then you take them and you throw them under the prison. It's not that hard. It's pretty simple, but we'll see what happens, I guess. But yeah, the USA thing is just the tip of the iceberg. All that money sent for all this other crap, they could have taken care of veterans. They could have helped the fire departments. They could have helped the police departments. All this other stuff that the U.S. could have used that money for, because USAID was not meant. I mean, I know USAID was not meant for the U.S. It was meant for other countries, like for food and all that. I understand that. But all that money that they squandered and they embezzled and sent to other countries for bull crap instead of what it was for, that could have been used for what I just said. And instead, where is it? Where'd all that money go? How are we going to get that money back? Because all I see is finger pointing right now. I don't see anybody serving any prison time. No money is being taken from anybody that they got it. You know what I'm saying? That illegally obtained it or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's good that it's exposed. However, where do we go from there?
Yep.
But yeah, that really is just annoying. It pisses me off seeing that, especially in light of the fact that you've got people in this country who need food, who need housing, who need to be taken care of because they fought for the country or.
I don't know if you've ever been to D.C., but I used to work in D.C. when I was in the military. But once you leave outside, like say you leave the post, there were so many homeless veterans. Like, I'm talking about everywhere, man. They get out, they have mental issues. Some never are right. Some will never be right. They stay around so they can attend their VA appointments. It's crazy, like how many homeless veterans surround D.C., Virginia. Like, I mean, that's just stupid. I think politicians need a wake-up call, and eventually, the people's going to get enough of it. And if this current administration, doesn't take care of it, I hate to see who gets in next. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's been rough.
Well, I'm shocked that people haven't had enough of it yet, but the reason they haven't is because they don't know the truth. If they knew the truth, they would probably something already would happen.
Dude, come on now. You have, I'm not going to say the R word, okay, but I'm going to tell you, a lot of kids they have uneducated parents. Then they want to call themselves educated because they go to a college that embeds, certain beliefs,
ideology into
them. And, that doesn't make them any better. They grow up to be grown-ups and then probably politicians, and, they have no common sense. I mean, it's ridiculous.
But even them, if they weren't lied to, yeah, but they have to be lied to in order to believe those things, because the truth wouldn't lead them down that path.
But you could tell them the truth now, and they will not believe it.
Yeah, now.
But that's where we're at right now in society. Like they've already been brainwashed.
But the same institutions that brainwashed them, or the same things like CNN, MSNBC, all those news media, they could easily come out and print retractions and correct some of their mistakes. Like saying, oh, well, we were wrong about this, and this is how it is. But they won't do it. And it may help some of that brainwashing or some of that, mentality. But there has to be the want for it. And they have to start doing it. Well, like we talked about the media has been, taken over by those interests. That's the first thing that has to be. When World War II first started, the media was the first thing that Hitler targeted because it was swaying the masses. And they've used that same formula to sway the masses to believe the lie. So you could use that same formula to change that. It would be hard, but it could still be done. But I still think most people are in that silent majority area. And they know that what they're seeing on the TV is not the truth. However, if they knew the truth, if they knew, like with this USAID thing, if they knew exactly what was going on with their money, how mad that silent majority would be. And that, like I said, that's just the tip of the iceberg. It could be far worse than that. So that majority, may move them to action.
I think it's going to be almost a too late event before people actually try to do something.
Yeah, usually they are proactively. I'll be right back. Give me 1 sec.
All right. Yeah. So, I don't know about you guys, girls, but there's some major changes got to happen, in the world, especially in the United States.
Sorry about that. Yeah, it's no clear answer for all that. But going back to the media, during the MK Ultra days, if you ever read about MK Ultra and then Operation Paperclip, which was after it, they found the easiest way to control people. It wasn't to fill them with drugs like, they had tested. It was just to show them something on the news and they would believe it. So that's what they used as their mind control device, was the news for so many years. And if you put somebody in front of a TV and they have a good voice, because you notice all the newscasters have a good voice, and they say it in a certain cadence, in a certain way, people will believe it. And that was all through the efforts of MK Ultra. They found all that out.
Well, I could tell you right now, I wouldn't be able to lie to you people because I don't have that good a voice.
Yeah, me neither. But that's why those people are used. And all the female newscasters all have the same voice, same cadence, everything. The male newscasters are a bit different, but they all have good voices usually. Because someone with a good voice, people like hearing it. So that draws people in, and then they're more likely to believe what they say as well. But most people don't do their research on that stuff, like MK Ultra and Mockingbird and all that stuff, which is true, by the way. It's not a conspiracy. It was true.
Yeah, I like to research, but it's hard. It's getting harder and harder to find, the correct information, so to speak.
Yep. Oh, I know. They keep trying to change history. That's stuff that they keep trying to change history, change what's written down to fit.
Well, they erase it first.
Yeah. That's what should be protected, though. Trump was talking about all this, stuff, and that's great and all, but he needs to go after like Merriam-Webster's dictionary. He needs to go after Wikipedia and all these other sites that are supposedly, factual or trying to say they're factual. All those sites need to be gone after and forced to basically tell the truth. Screw your bias, tell the truth. Because hardly anything on those is true anymore. And the reason I said Merriam-Webster, the dictionary, is because there's been so many words that they have changed the definition of within the past few years.
Yeah.
And it was all because of agenda. It has nothing to do with the actual definition of the word. It's for agenda. When the definition changes, you don't delete the old definition. You add on to it. Right? Because you have definition 1, definition 2, definition 3. They are deleting definitions and adding what they want in.
Yeah, so you would leave the original, asterisk the new, and then date it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, or put it as a 2, like number 1 definition is this.
Part 2.
Number 2 definition is this. Yeah, something like that. Because there's plenty of words that's done with. But they were just completely deleting the definition, adding whatever they want. And that's disgusting. That needs to be addressed because language is important.
Yeah. So to get off the subject of politics, because sometimes that irritates the hell out of me. But any new games you've been playing there, DuhZeez?
I've been playing that Marvel Rivals a good bit. Have you tried?
No, I haven't tried that.
It's not bad. It's like Overwatch, basically. I don't think it's as good. I know this is probably a hot take. I don't think it's as good as Overwatch. And the reason is because Overwatch had refined that formula to where it felt better, like it felt more balanced. And I know Marvel Rivals will eventually balance it, but right now it's very unbalanced. Like the healing aspect of it is the most annoying thing because healers can heal somebody to full instantly. It's ridiculous how fast it is. You can be damaging, have them at a sliver of health, and all of a sudden, boop, they're full health again. It makes zero sense. They need to nerf the crap out of the healing on the game. It is insanely strong. Like, to put it in perspective, I was playing the other night, and I had this one dude down to a sliver of health. The enemy team pops their ultimate, which was a healer, which heals everyone around them, right? I saw 4 people pop their ultimates onto the whole team who was in that healer's ultimate. It didn't do a dang thing to them. Not a single person died in that. I'm like, that's ridiculous. You got 4 enemy team members popping their ultimates on someone who's healing and not a single person goes down. That's insane. So that needs to be balanced big time.
Just so you know, DuhZeez has the worst luck in playing online against other players.
Yeah. The cheating is another aspect too, because there was we were in a match and I usually get around the bare minimum like 10 kills around. I'm decent at games. I'm not the best by no means, but I'm pretty decent. We had one round, and I'm playing with some dudes who know how to play the game. Not a single one of us got a kill. Not one. The whole round. Because the other team was like unstoppable. They were healing. There wasn't even a healer around. They were healing. They took an insane amount of damage for their health to go down. It's like, what is going on with the game? It's just you get those rounds. It's weird because you'll get in a round. It's like super easy, like barely an inconvenience. and you'll win that round with flying colors, and the next round you'll get your butt handed to you, like you're playing the best people in the world and you're a noob, kind of butt handed to you, and it's like, what the hell just happened? And I don't know if it's people cheating. I don't know if it's the game itself is just trying to balance it. Like say you do too good in that last round, so it's punishing you by reducing your damage and increasing the health pool of the enemies or something. It feels like it's something like that. Like it's increasing the enemy's health or reducing your damage because it's so inconsistent. Like when it happens to where you're getting your butt handed to you, you can watch and it's like your damage just drops off drastically. So I don't know if it's something they got programmed in to make the game more balanced so that newer or people who haven't played as much do far more damage than you or take less damage or something. But there is something weird with that game. So you'll win like 1 or 2 rounds, and then the next round you'll get your butt handed to you. And then you'll win 1 or 2 rounds, and then you get your butt handed to you. Or then you win 1 round, you get your butt handed to you. It's like, it's really strange.
Man,
and it's not like it's close games either. I'm talking about you are just getting decimated, and you know it's coming.
I'm looking forward to Borderlands 4, and the news they announced it's going to be out this year, man. Early 2025, they say. So anytime. So
when will the day 1 patch be out then?
So let's see. This says,
you hear me? So when will their day 1 patch be out?
Yeah, okay.
You know it's going to have one.
Yeah.
Hell, Monster Hunter, the new Monster Hunter is going to have a day 1 patch.
They had some hiccups with Borderlands 3, but they fixed it fairly fast. I mean, that was the multiplayer. Like, I like to play the co-op first and the storyline, and then, after I play the storyline, I'll go back and play with, like, a co-op. But, I mean, I just hope it's got a good story.
As far as I'm concerned, there's only been 1 Borderlands, and the rest have been DLC. Because they all look exactly the same.
Yeah, so Borderlands 4, it says, arrives in 2025. And it's also showing up in Steam, Epic, consoles. You can wishlist it now. So
I wishlisted it on my Atari.
Oh, yeah? Back in 1987.
You know how they have the lines on the outside of the character? They call it, you know what I'm talking about, how they're heavily outlined, each character in the game. Well, on the Atari, it's far worse because the pixels are bigger. What they call it. There's a certain term for them.
But
self-shaded.
I'm looking forward to Borderlands 4. I love Borderlands 3. I actually love the entire, like, 1, 2, and 3.
I think 2 was probably still the best.
I mean,
it had its issues, though. I like that Tiny Tina's one. That was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. I still need to finish that.
I don't think it was a full price game either, though. When Tiny Tina's like $40.
I don't remember.
I'll have to look at it. I thought for sure that one was lower.
I know it's showing. So like Borderlands 4, it says wish listed now, Steam, Epic, PlayStation, and Xbox. So
Tiny Tina's was $59, so it was full price.
Oh yeah,
you can get it right now for $11.99 on Steam, not sponsored.
But you know something else though? Now the cost of everything has increased. I bet the new games are going to be like $79.99 or $69.99.
Yeah, they're already trying $69.
Yeah,
they're already trying to do it for $69, and people aren't buying them.
Yeah, it's insane, dude.
I'm not paying them. Monster Hunter Wilds is $69. I'm not paying that. I'll wait for a sale. I got time.
I'll probably end up. They'll get me. I'm gonna end up as soon as it comes out. I'm gonna get it, and then I'm gonna play it. Gonna play it. You know, every time. Then I might have to wait for a patch. But
I'm gonna.
I like the
when
game.
Path
I
of
like the
Exile
game too
2 is
much, man.
coming.
No, what is it?
Path of Exile 2. They haven't released it yet. You can pay $30 and play it now, but it's still in early access.
It's in beta mode or something.
Well, something like it's early access, whatever that is. I would guess it'd be like a beta.
Probably like beta. Was it Steam?
I wonder if it's gonna be free or not when it comes out, or are they gonna keep the $30?
Oh yeah, it's showing $30. It's in my wish list.
I got a whole bunch of crap in my wish list. Elden Ring is top in my wish list.
Anyway,
Did I ask you? Did you see that Yakuza game? Did I ask you that already?
maybe. I'm not sure.
Look up Yakuza Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. It actually looks really good.
Was that on Steam or something?
Yeah, it's on Steam. I think it's on all the stuff. But it looks just like a crazier version of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. But it looks insane. It looks pretty good. Unfortunately, it's only single player. I wish they would have done co-op.
It looks like it's gonna have some awesome graphics.
Yeah. It looks wild, man.
Yeah.
Look at the video of it. It's pretty cool.
Wow. I'll have to watch the video afterwards. It'll play through the video. Yeah. But
when you get time.
Yeah, man. So you got anything else?
I think that's about it.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead.
I could tell you a joke real quick if you want. I made it up.
Oh yeah? What you got?
Yeah. Do you know which vegetable that they made the priest? Which vegetable was the priest? I'm not sure, but let us pray.
Oh, yes. Anyway. Well, once again, guys, thanks for watching BSing with Y Eagle Y and DuhZeez coming back on the show. You'll probably see him later down the road. I mean, because, all we do is sit and bullshit. So, until next time.